In today's class, we are going to discuss about the topic electronic mail. The contents in this chapter are introduction, how can you access, choosing a service provider, setting up your account, let's compose an email, parts of an email, types of email, email protocol, the services that are provided by the email program. Introduction. What is an email? Email is a fast and effective method to exchange the messages or any other data through the internet. In order to access the email services, on the first hand, you must have an email account. These messages are instantly delivered, and it is not necessary for the recipient to be present while the mail is delivered to his or her mailbox. Then the email system allows a very easy merging of a particular message. How can you access? First of all, we need to have a computer or any other devices with an email address, and it must have the internet access. The email account will be provided by any of the service providers such as Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, etc. But Microsoft Outlook and Apple Mail are not email providers. You might have an email from the library computers without an account. You cannot access these without an prior email account from any of these service providers. You can choose your own service provider. The most common ones are Hotmail from Microsoft, Gmail from Google, Yahoo Mail from Yahoo, etc. For this class, I'm going to explain about the Yahoo Mail. First, we are going to see how can you set up your own account. First of all, you have to have an email address which consists of a username and a domain. For example, Snoopy at yahoo.com. Snoopy is a username that I have given. You can choose any name of yours. If your own name is available, you can use that. And after the name, it is given with an @ symbol. Okay, it separates the username from the domain. I already told you here I'm going to use Yahoo as a service provider, so I'll be using Yahoo. Then the domain could be .com, .net, .org, it could be anything. Next, password. If you have a house and if you want your house to be secure, you always have a lock. Just like that, your email account is secured by using a password. First of all, the password has to be easy to remember because it should be difficult to guess. Please don't use the sensitive information such as SSN, bank pin, etc. Always use a combination of letters, numbers, etc. And always, at times, you may forget your own password. At that time, give a verification question, and in case you forget your password, those questions will help you to access your own accounts. Okay. Next, we are going to see how can you set up your account. First one, choose any web browser in your computer or your any device that you are accessing with. Then in the web address, type www.yahoo.com. Then press enter. As soon as you press in, the Yahoo page will appear. Just click sign in. Okay, after that, already there it will be asking you for the username, email address, or the mobile number, but you won't be having anything. If you don't have, then you can move on. We are going to create an account, so just click on the create an account. After that, this page will appear for you. You have to fill this form. Okay, first it will be asking for your first name, surname, then the email address that you want. It will be automatically generating with at yahoo.com. Then you have to give your own password, your mobile number, your date of birth, then your gender. After that, as soon as you give all this, just give continue. Then as soon as you give continue, your home page will appear for you. Okay, then we are going to see how can you compose an email. Okay, you can see the blue color compose button over there at the left corner. Just click on that. Then after that, you have to, first there will be two address. I'll explain this in general. If you want to send a letter to one person, uh, for example, it could be your friend. So when you want to write a letter, first you'll write the letter, and above that you'll write a from address and a to address. So from address will be yours and the to address will be your friends. So just like that, when you want to send an email to another person, the email ID of that person should be known to you. And you can send a message to more than one person also. Just in the to address, you have to type the receiver's address. Then you have to type the subject. Subject is the short form of the message that you have typed below, and below that you can type the whole message. Then you can give send, and this message could be a formal one or it could be a informal one as per your wish. Then the parts of an email. First, it's a to. To means the receiver's email ID. Remember, it should be a name and the service provider's name, then dot the domain name. It could be .com, .net, .org, it could be anything. If you want to send the same message to more than one person, you have to type the whole thing, separate each address with a comma. Okay, there are two options in which you have CC and BCC. CC means carbon copy, BCC means blind carbon copy. CC means as soon as you type the whole thing, the first paragraph will appear with the list of members that you have typed, and it will be received by all the people you have sent. Then blind carbon copy means if you are sending it for 4 people, they will not know others' email ID. Then the subject, it's a topic of your email. It should be brief and it should be up to the point. Then the body will have the entire message of your email. Then you have the attachments. You can attach, there is an attach button where you can attach any other files like document. It could be a Word document, Excel sheet, or it could be anything you can attach. You can also attach photos and other emails with your own email. Then we have something called draft email and receiving email. What are draft? Imagine if you're working with your sister and you're typing a message and you might forget the receiver's mail ID, or it could be like your internet connection gets lost. It could be any reason you are not able to send that message. Those message, it will be a waste of time since you have worked with the message. So it will be stored automatically in your draft. Okay, you can retrieve it and you later and you can send the message as soon as you get your internet connection, or after knowing your proper email address of the receiver or something like that. Receiving emails, you have something called as an inbox, and all the messages that you receive in your own email will be stored in the inbox. Actually, on top of the message, it will be the subject, the date, and the routing of the each message will be appeared on top of the message. Moving forward, we are replying to an email. we have two options in which you can just reply, that is to, if it is one person who has sent you the email, then you can reply. Then if it is more than one person, like it could be a group of people who are discussing over the email, then you can give reply all, or you can use a CC field and it will be replied for all the persons who are um, exchanging the messages. Then forwarding an email, if you get a message and if you want to forward the same message to another person, then you can even edit that message to a little bit, then you can send to another person. Then opening attachments, actually it will there are attachments such as document, excel sheets, photos, etc. will be sent to you. And make sure when you get some message and if you know the person who is sending it to you, you can open that message. If you don't know the person, please avoid those messages because it might have some malicious content in it, like your virus or something. So it might be spoiling your computer through the attachment. So be careful about you when you, before opening your account, make sure that you know the person. Next, deleting an email. If you have already read an email and if you feel that it is not necessary for you, you can delete it. Okay, once you delete it, it will be in a deleted folder. Okay, it's called as a trash can. And maybe if you want, if you feel that by mistake you have deleted a message, then you can retrieve it from the trash folder. Then there is something called netiquette. Netiquette means network etiquette. That's what it means, netiquette. The common abbreviation that we use, BTW, LOL, lots of laughter, and you can use smileys. Most of all these things we'll be using only when we are having an informal message. Okay, and make sure that you respect the person while you're using your email. Don't use any harsh words or something that is not elegant. Please avoid those kind of words or anything, because we have to always respect the person when we are exchanging our messages. And privacy, viruses and spam. Privacy, we are using CC and BCC. I already explained to you. Carbon copy and blind carbon copy. When you don't want others to know each other's email ID, will be giving the sender's information in BCC. And if you feel that everyone else knows each other's email ID, then we can go with CC. Then we have something called virus. Please don't open such attachment from unknown senders. Safety. Never send personal financial information through email, even if it looks like a legitimate request from your bank or official institution. Then spam. There is a spam message where unsolicited commercial email. Mostly we'll be deleting the report from spam box on Yahoo. Okay, next, chatting we always send and receive message through internet. It's a real time communication with no delay. As soon as you send, the other person will be receiving it. And make sure you chat with people whom you know already. And as with spam and phishing, the scams can occur with chatting as well. Phishing means fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information such as username, password, credit card details, etc. For example, you might meet a friend over the email and you might chat with that person. That person will already spy through any other social medias like Facebook or anything, and they might tell uh, a image, like it could be an your friend or someone's. They might misuse your friend's name and they might chat with you, and they might tell that it's their email ID or something. It might be a fraud and attack too. So make sure you always talk in a secured way through email. Next, after using your account, make sure you shut down, because only when the account is active, most of the hackers will be hacking the account. So make sure that you sign out. Then we are going to see the types of email. The emails are broadly classified into three categories: marketing emails, notification emails, and transactional email. First, marketing email. Actually, it actually stimulates your clients and leads. They contain informative incentive messages, and the receiver must agree to receive such emails because it is not mandatory. Okay, you might accept. Only after you accept, you will be getting the marketing emails. Actually, it will be mostly sent in a periodic manner, and the main point is the messages are sent independently from specific action from the clients. For example, it is newsletters, flash sales, and sales promotions, announcements, etc. For example, if you are having a jewelry shop and you want to send the new models to all your clients, mostly they'll be using marketing emails, where only after going to the shop you'll be giving your own email ID and you'll be sending them, like if you want a new, if you have any discounts or any other new model arrival, and they'll be informing you through email. Okay, next, notification email. It is also known as trigger, alert, or autoresponder. This they allow the user to be notified each time a particular event occurs. For example, in Facebook, we have an option where all your friends' date of birth will be stored, and each time the birthday of your friend occurs, they'll be notifying you. And as soon as every day there will be few of your friends, when they have a birthday, it will be having a notification stating that this person is having a birthday, so we can wish them. Or the notification, it could be from your bank accounts where you want to pay your bills. All that comes under a notification email. Then we have something called as transactional message, where the date, as soon as if you pay your bill or something, you might be getting a message that your bill has been paid, something like that. That is called transactional message. Then we are moving on to email protocol. It is broadly classified into access and transport. Access is further classified into POP, which means post office protocol, IMAP, internet message access protocol, SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, we are going to see all this in detail. First one, what are the mail access protocol? It is used by email clients to receive email messages from a mail server over a TCP IP connection. Okay, then it is a protocol for accessing email or the bulletin broad messages from a possibly mail server or service. Okay, then we it allows a client email program to access a remote message and stores it if it is needed. Okay, in order to access the mail, we need to have a transmission control protocol or internet protocol. Okay, only through that channel we'll be able to access the emails. Okay, first you can see an IMAP, that means internet message access protocol. We can have so many systems. and it is transferred from one device to another device through an IMAP. Next, mail access protocols. There are two primary protocols for mail access protocol, that is POP and IMAP. POP stands for Post Office Protocol. It is an application layer internet standard protocol used by email clients to retrieve email from the server. Okay. The IMAP is mainly used, that is Internet Message Access Protocol. It is a standard internet standard protocol used by email clients to retrieve email messages from the mail server over a TCP IP connection. Okay. POP, why is it called POP? Means post office. Just like post office, what is a post office? Where the letters are brought in and it will be sent to the receiver. That's all. They don't have any other backup for the data. So it will be just a pathway through which the letters are transferred from one to the sender to the receiver. Whereas IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol, has a copy of, just like your email address. It will store the data. Okay, only it will have a backup of all the data. If you want to be stored in your own device, you can download it. Moving forward to Post Office Protocol, here you can see actually the messages are sent to the mail server and it will be just transferred to the devices where it is accessed. Okay, it doesn't have a copy on its own. Whereas in Internet Message Access Protocol, you can see in all the servers the data will be stored, where it can be retrieved or it can be downloaded by the clients. Okay. Next, Internet Transport Protocol. It is a conceptual division of methods in the layered architecture of protocols in the network stack in the Internet Protocol suite and the OSI model. It provides a host-to-host communication services for application. It provides services such as connection-oriented communication. It is reliable. It has a good flow control and it allows multiplexing. Then we are going to learn about Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Okay, it is a communication protocol for electronic mail transmission. Mail servers and other message transfer agents use SMTP to send or receive mail messages. User level email client typically use SMTP only for sending messages to a mail server for relaying and typically submit outgoing email to the mail server. Here we are using SMTP just for sending the messages, but in order to receive you have to have either a post office protocol or internet mail access protocol in order to access those messages. Okay, over the SMTP, when you want to send the data, the sender is using SMTP through the internet. The SMTP transfers the data to the mail server and the receiver uses the post office protocol to access the message. Okay, to explain it to you in detail, we are using the sender. The sender sends the data to the sender's mail server through SMTP. Then through the internet, that is using SMTP, the data is transferred to receiver's mail server. The receiver will use the post office protocol or the IMAP, that is the Internet Message Access Protocol, in order to access those messages. Then how the email is getting processed. First, the email client will use the LAN or the internet connection. LAN means local area network. Then it will use a mail transfer agent, that is MTA, and it will transfer the message to the internet. Then again the mail transfer agent. The first mail transfer agent will be your SMTP, that is a simple mail transfer protocol. Then Then the mail transfer agent will use the POP or the IMAP server in order to for the client to receive the email. Then the various services that are provided by the email program are voice recording for an email attachment, scheduling delivery date and time. It could be by your Flipkart, Amazon, or it could be anything. Then the email alerts, reminders, compressing an email attachments, replying to all, forwarding a mail, reply to an incoming mail, etc. Next, this is a small recap of what you have learned till now. That's your introduction. How can you access choosing a service provider, setting up your account, password. Yahoo.com is the service provider that we use. Let's compose an email. You know how to compose an email right now. The parts of the email, types of email, email protocols, and the services provided by email program. Yeah. That's all for today's class. Thank you.